Sports, always a significant part of college life, but at West Texas A&M University in the 1960s, it was the main driver of social change.
Some of the other schools were integrating, and they had African American students on their campus and playing football, and WT did not. So there's a push to win, a push to be able to compete, and the way they saw to do that is to allow African American athletes to enter school.
While the U.S. legal system paved the way for integration, athletics helped make the transition easier. Billy Cannon knows about it firsthand.
One good thing about it, I suppose, was that I was a basketball player, athlete.
In fact, the first African-American walk-on basketball player at WT. Coming from a school that integrated a year earlier, he was ready for this.
We have to get used to new people, and all that thing that comes with that. So that first year at Childress, I think, kind of prepared me for what was happening at West Texas.
Integration at WT opened the doors for many firsts at the school, like Claudia Stewart.
Then I was grateful for the opportunity because many of my students said that they had never had a teacher who was African American in the classroom.
The first full-time female African American faculty member at the institution.
I was glad that I was there to provide the perspective from an African American person.
And the late Helen Neal, who was the first African American to graduate from WT.
The fact that she was one of the first black people who graduated, and that was something that wasn't going on at the time. So, of course, that opened doors for other people to think, well, I can go do that.
Before coming to the Buffs, Judy Turner never shared a classroom with white students and says, as hard as those times were, the message they sent was timeless.
I think that by us coming through there when we did and staying as long as we did, that did send a message to those who were to come, and that was, it's okay, it's going to be all right.
Times have changed, and WT has a culturally diverse and booming population today, but the message of yesterday is still the same.
Because it's not all my responsibility, it's all of us.
Rochelle Hamilton Jr., Fox 14 News.